All right, it's been a while. It's Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday I didn't trade because Monday was bank holiday, and Tuesday I didn't see any good price action at all. Monday there actually was some good price action, but usually those days aren't good to trade, so I just didn't. So I didn't look at the market that day. But Tuesday was pretty bad in my opinion. But today's pretty promising. Um, So before I go over what the bias is, I'm gonna be going for a 50K combine evaluation top step right now. So um, finally on the road to being funded. I have confidence in what I'm doing, and I have confidence in myself psychologically, like to um, take the right trades and not get emotional. So I have pretty high confidence. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. So MES, I'll be trading micros, by the way, because I don't, for starting out, because I don't need to trade a full contract. I can trade 6 micros, which is similar to a full contract, and I can do partials easier, which I can't do partials of one contract. So this is kind of this is what I'm thinking for this morning. So on the 4 hour, we inversed a fair value gap after being at all-time highs, and we have a bearish SMT with NQ. So I'm kind of bearish just because I set this as my weekly target. I want to see us come down to here. There's 2 different things that can happen today. If this gets respected and we tap up into this and we get some kind of a manipulation up into this inverse fair value gap, I'd be looking for shorts, targeting probably like liquidity within this range here, for instance. Or I'd target this imbalance right here on the, this is also a 4 hour or a 1 hour imbalance. I would look to target that. But the other could happen. If we inverse this when market opens, which would be pretty crazy, it's pretty far, but if we inverse this when market opens, I'd be looking for a retrace back into it to go take like even higher highs. Or we come down into this imbalance first, and we sweep out liquidity, we tap into this imbalance, and then we go long. So there's multiple different things that could happen here. I just have to keep like looking. And on, let's go to MNQ. On MNQ, it's the same sort of thing, except we have no fair value gap over here really. We have a 4 hour, but it's kind of, I don't like it that much. We have this 4 hour here, and there's one right below it. But on here, I'll go back to the 1 hour. On here, we're respecting this big 4 hour, and we have a bearish SMT with MES. And so I'm expecting us to go lower, just to at least maybe these lows that I have marked out here. This is my weekly target, what I think is going to get hit this week. But on here, I'd like to see us come up, respect this 1 hour, tap into this 1 hour, get some sort of confluence to go short. If not, we also have, this is pretty far down here, but we do have a fair value gap here, bullish fair value gap, also on the 1 hour. This is kind of a range I could see targeting along with sell side liquidity, like here, for instance. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. That's what I think is going to happen. So obviously I'm on the 1 hour. This is not close sell side. This is pretty far away. So is this imbalance, but this is just stuff to think about within like the next, maybe even today, but probably the next 2 days. We also did respect, I'm pretty sure we respected this. No, we broke it barely. We pretty much respected this. Making me think now that we've inversed it here, or we haven't really inversed it yet. We haven't closed it below it. But overall, I'm short today. That's kind of the thought. But like I've said, there's I've already pointed out a couple things that would make me bullish. So yeah, let's see what we get. All right, so I'm gonna like normal start the recording again if I take a trade. Market just opened. I'm just gonna mark out a couple more areas of liquidity, and then I'll start the recording again if I see something. Okay. We have a bullish SMT on the 1 minute, but this transfers over to like the 1 hour. It's a pretty big SMT. Bullish SMT with NQ and ES. We swept sell side liquidity like I wanted to, and now I'm looking for this to get inversed and then I get a retrace back into this, and I'd look to target this high and then maybe even into this 1 hour. But definitely these equal highs in this range up here has lots of liquidity. So if we inverse this and get a good retrace, I'm definitely interested in a setup. I'll be trading with 6 micros. I'll probably have a 3 micro take profit, 2-3 micro take profits, and obviously my stop will be well chosen, but we're within the macro as well, 705. So this is where I would like to see expansion begin. This is kind of our manipulation, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, hopefully equal highs, fill this 5 minute. If we inverse this 5 minute, it'll make me even more confident that we go up into this 1 hour. I took the equilibrium of this to this, like this whole range here. And, or no, yeah, this whole range here. And it ended up being this little line that I put here was the equilibrium. So it's perfectly tapping back into this 1 hour. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Hopefully there's a good trade setup, but if not, then I won't take anything. But I'll start recording when I'm in the trade. And if I don't take anything, this will just cut straight to a market recap later today. I'm just gonna start the recording now. This is probably what's the hardest thing for me, is waiting for a retrace, because I feel like I'm just gonna miss the trade. But I'm gonna make myself wait for this retrace, and if there's not a retrace here, then if there's no sort of retrace at all, I'm probably not gonna take this unless we inverse this 5 minute. But I'm just waiting for a retrace before I can take this trade. I honestly don't know if we're gonna get one. So we already kind of filled this imbalance here on this down candle. So I just want to see another bullish fair value gap or some sort of retrace. But it really does feel like I'm missing the trade right now. I'm sitting here all this time saying what was going to happen, and now it's happening and I'm not taking it, you know. It's really hard, but whatever. Although since we had a bullish SMT, I probably didn't really even need to wait for a retrace. Now that I think about it. We're getting a small little retrace here. Getting a small little retrace here. I think this is where I'm gonna get in. We're gonna have our we're gonna have our stop right at this wick. right below the um, our stops are there. First TP I'm gonna do at these equal highs here. Limit sell 3, and then we're gonna do our other two are gonna be probably just up at this equal highs here. Market limit sell. All right. So I believe we're gonna hold this BPR. I think we're gonna hold it and then go higher from here. That's what we're in. I'm already upset I didn't wait for a retrace. It's getting so in my thoughts that I was gonna miss this trade. And I mean I did wait for a small retrace. There's a small little thing right here, and then this wick came up and then I enter. But I should have been waiting all the way to what we're getting, what we got right now, this down close black candle. And then it doesn't even necessarily need to come into this inverse fair value gap, because we only had a fair value gap on the bearish side over here. We never even had an imbalanced price range on this part right here, so it's not even gonna need to fill it technically. But so this is kind of our retrace, but I'm just gonna trust this. If I get stopped, then I get stopped. What I have to remember is I acted early on this, and while it may be okay on this, and it still might not, might get stopped out. And like over long term, if I were to do that every time, that would not be like beneficial. That would not be good at all. It's not what not part of the plan, you know. We look back on the 15-minute, this definitely looks reasonable to me. We got our leg down into sell side, creating a bullish SMT, and we get a small retrace on this wick, and now I would like to see this get filled up to these highs. Looks like a really promising setup to me. This is our accumulation, this is our manipulation, hopefully our distribution somewhere over here. I'm just gonna sit on this 15-minute and watch this play out. Almost outside of the macro though, which is the only thing, but it doesn't really matter because like these expansion runners can go beyond 730, 720. The only problem here is I have to leave for school in 7 minutes, which is just absolutely stupid. Hate school. But, you know, that, like, whatever. I think I'm gonna move my stops. Well, I'm not gonna move my stops yet. I'm gonna let us hit first TP, then I'll move to break even probably. I think it's not going to be too hard for me to wait. Like, I could close this trade right now and be up $400 on my evaluation, but I'm pretty good at being somewhat patient when it comes to things like that. But just the fear of missing out when I like knew it is the hardest thing for me. But I feel like I'm pretty good at um managing my emotions when it comes to like I could close right now, make $500, $600. But I don't have a problem with that. Whatever. Just gotta take more ashwagandha. I really want to see us close above this five minute though. Um, Definitely don't want to see a respect of it, because then you know we would go lower. Okay, I think I am just gonna get out here just because um I literally have to go in 4 minutes, and this was a later expansion move than most would. I still believe this is gonna go to my where my take profits were, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see that it was. But and I'll make a video on that, how I could have made 1,000, like, but it's more important that I don't like forget I have like a stop or a limit order, because I had to go to school and I like had to leave the chart. So most days I should be able to catch the move earlier. But not today though. All right. All right, well, I'll be back with a trade recap. All right. So, pretty good trade. It's later in the day now. On NASDAQ, we got a $470 win. Yep, 470. Brings us just a little bit closer to passing this funded account. It's going to take some time, but I'm very confident in myself. Cut this out. So if we look at the chart, this is exactly what we did. So basically on the 5 minute we had this bullish SMC. We had a bullish SMC after coming down and sweeping out sell side liquidity. My bias for the day was bearish, but I said I wanted to see us come up into this 1 hour before going lower, and we did not go up into the 1 hour yet. I still think we're going to come up into the 1 hour, but basically we market opened and we immediately came down, took out sell side liquidity. We got our inverse fair value gap, and I entered a little bit early before a big retrace, but it didn't matter. And I closed early because I had to go to school. I would have held this trade. I would have hit my full take profits. I would have made almost double what I did. We targeted these equal highs. Eventually, they got hit. It was later in the day, but this inverse would have held here.
this inverse would have held, and we would have come up and taken those highs. And we did, but I was not in the trade then. At first though, we were respecting this 5-minute imbalance. That's where we got this rejection off of, throwing us back down into this inverse, and then we carried on with the day. I still think we're going to come up into this imbalance before going lower, because if you go on the 1 hour, like, this is just totally imbalanced price action. Like, the big 1 hour, totally could see us getting some manipulation up into here, and then big expansion down, probably into this 1 hour, or we come down into this 1 hour and then end up inversing this 1 hour, taking us up to these highs. But we do have a bearish SMT, making me think we're going to go a little bit lower. Like I said, I have this weekly target. If we respect this imbalance, then this is the weekly target, and so far we haven't even touched it. So I still want to see price move down here towards this range, maybe even inverse this 1 hour. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts going into tomorrow. It'll be important to keep thinking about these things. But on the day, we're still looking pretty bullish. So, I mean, never really know. We're respecting this big 1 hour. It's really hard to say what we're gonna do, but I need to be looking at SMTs more so I can really start to understand how to use them. Yeah, so that's that. Excited for tomorrow.